People have known social networks for more than 20 years. However, there are still many unclear issues as to where and whether there is the borderline between the private and public space on social networks. Is privacy possible in the era of networks? Online platforms and social networks present a good way for disseminating information and sharing knowledge. However, the sharing process is a priori subject to high risk of losing control and therefore causes a potential environment for breaches of both copyright and privacy policy. There are grounds to believe that social networks know us better than we actually do ourselves. The artificial intelligence collects information about us and presents relevant advertisements to us, as well as displays selected information expressing particular opinions and therefore restricting the diversity of views. In order to successfully operate on social networks, their relevant regulations need to be studied. Each social network has an extensive and detailed security and privacy description, which should be definitely looked through. There are some key points to consider when protecting privacy. Firstly, the information you share. Secondly, your profile settings, whether your profile is private or public. Third, whether regular posting of the location is necessary. And finally, the selection of friends and contacts. This is important since information that we share needs to be assessed from various aspects, from the ethical, aesthetic, truthfulness, and many more. From the point of view of security, there is the risk of potential villain that sees more information in a particular photo than we would imagine. As regards to privacy and security, special attention is focused on the impact of social networks upon the security and mental well-being of children. Therefore, an age restriction is applied by most social networks. If the presentation of the recipe includes persons who have not agreed, in particular small children and their parents, this may infringe the privacy of persons. When food recipes are published, the goal is not to only save them, but also to promote them. Therefore, social networks, blogs, and websites present a great environment for reaching the target audience. There are no specific security or privacy threats applicable to publishing digitalized food recipes on social networks. However, losing authorship to them is the biggest risk. This occurs because as the post or photo is posted on Instagram, Facebook, or perhaps WhatsApp, the control over it is practically lost. In order to reduce the risk of losing control over the published materials, it is possible to label them by your own name or the logo of the entity by posting it on the social networks or a website. It is becoming increasingly difficult to appropriate the author's work created by somebody else since the social network sites continue improving the system of identification of copyright infringements on regular basis. In case the author does not notice that somebody is presenting his or her work as their own, the algorithms of social networks try to identify this. For example, the video sharing site YouTube has already applied and complicated algorithms which scan each uploaded material by analyzing used music, video, and images. Thanks to abundance of content on the internet, Google can become a simple yet efficient tool for recognizing plagiarism.